All right, good afternoon, Killer Whales. Your head coach, Richard Milnes here. Just working on sporting a new quarantine mustache. I've been watching a lot of WWF wrestling from the 1980s and 1990s and feeling a bit nostalgic, and thought that I would try to grow a Hollywood Hulk Hogan mustache. So once I get this thing long enough, I'm going to dye it blonde, and um, I'm gonna have a Hulk Hogan mustache. It's just gonna happen. It's just got to happen that way. So I wanted to get on here and just talk with you guys a bit about a couple of things, some exciting things, and some, their next project here that we're going to be working on. Starting off, I'm going to send out the fitness test for those of us who did the Insanity videos and workouts. I've been getting a lot of emails and responses from people saying that like they've been trying to do them and they've been doing them and they get so sore doing them, and I'm really happy to hear that, because it's a great adventure, and it's really an important piece of fitness to be able to move that way that that Sean T and those videos have you move. So we'll finish up with that video, and those of us who did the entire program can test and see their progress, and it will be there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing a Build a Bear kilometer challenge. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off from now until the end of April. We're going to add a kilometer every day. And as we add kilometers, we can start to drop the intensity in some ways. So the first kilometer that you guys want to do is you want to get to a soccer field that has permitted access, and then what you're going to do is you're going to sprint just until you start to feel fatigue. You go as fast as you can, and then the second you start to feel fatigue, you jog. And you jog the length of the soccer field. So they're basically broken into 10 100s. And you're just working on being very explosive and very intense. And you're not working on pushing through that. You're not getting into what's called the anaerobic lactic energy system. You're going until you start to feel that need to slow down, and then you just obey that. You do that 10 times. And that will get you a kilometer of running. Then the next day you want to do 2 kilometers of running. And that will be the day that you push it a little bit more. You go and you try to run you count to about a count of 7, where like you're feeling the pain and you just count to 7, and then if you get to the end of your 100-meter run, then you can stop. But if not, then you just slowly jog after that. And you always just take as much rest as you need. You wait till you're ready to go. It's the sooner that you get going again, the more taxing the workout will be. But that doesn't necessarily mean the more beneficial it'll be, especially when you're working on being explosive and fast. And so you'd go a sprint for as far as you can until you start to feel the pain, and then count to 7, and then you complete 100 meters like that, and then you jog back easy for another 100 meters. So it's a little more active rest, and you do that 10 times for 2 kilometers. Then after that, you would go for a 3-kilometer jog, a 4-kilometer jog, and a 5-kilometer jog, just adding on the mileage after that, all the way up to, if you were to start this today, you'd get up to 8 kilometers of jogging. And so, that would be quite a substantial amount of running for you. It would be, 8 plus 7 is 15, plus 6 is 21. It gets to quite a few kilometers. But after you do those 2 intense ones, you can just get into that more aerobic jogging. And you can take a day off in between and just see how far you guys can get doing that. You just add up your kilometers, and by the end of April, you'll be able to have a score of like, I ran this many kilometers. And, it's good for you. There's a lot of apps out there that can track how far you run. I use Stavros because it's a biking app, and I use it for running as well whenever I want to measure out courses for the runs that I go on. The other thing is we're going to be starting a Zoom group workouts. I'm just figuring out this whole Zoom thing. It feels a bit to me like I'm kind of like the secret agent spying on people in their rooms. Like again, I've express that I have a lot of issues with technology and what it does to sort of substitute the important human connection and human interaction. But again, we have to dig deep. We have to find a way to make this work. And just like, once this is all done, then I will go back to my ways of renouncing technology and, doing all I can to be as personal as possible and work with people in the presence of people. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of flexibility, and I would say kind of more of a yoga type of thing to work on, because that's another element of training. And like these elements of training, they need to be done, very much in a singular fashion. Like if you go and lift a whole bunch of weights and then you go and do a whole bunch of yoga, it's basically like, they're just two opposing forces, and you get the benefits of neither. You get some of the benefits of both, but most of the benefits of neither when you do that. But if you're not doing anything else and you're really focused on stretching and you don't retighten yourself up, you can make permanent and significant changes to your flexibility. And that's what we want. We want to unstick some of the sticking points and keep your bodies moving in a sort of supple fashion. And as well, just being, like united. It'd be great to see, your faces again and just say hello and just see how you're doing, and let you know that after this is all done, we're gonna all be together again, and it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of my plans. The other thing I'm going to be sending out to you guys is some information on the Ocean Falls Swim Club, because it's been a story that I've heard since I was 14 years old about this amazing little swim team in Ocean Falls and some of the incredible things they did, and it's never gone away from my head. And every year since I was since 1992, I've either heard or told that story to people. So it's like just always been such a big part of my inspiration as a coach, and it was a great inspiration when I was an athlete as well. But I'm thinking of doing a group retreat, a team building activity out there in Ocean Falls, because we have decent access to be able to get there to that community. And even though it's all but a ghost town, there is still a motel, and there's still some really cool sort of camping and retreat opportunities to do out there. So I'm going to be sending you guys out some little clips and information about it, about the swimming history and about what happened there, because it's an incredible story, and it's something that I would like to see us inspired by and trying to do and make our legacy, as Campbell River, so that 50, 60 years from now, people come here to visit Campbell River. Not that this will ever be a ghost town, but come and visit Campbell River and say, wow, some really incredible things happened in swimming in this community. Because, we really do have, like in the swim club right now, a wealth of really gifted and talented athletes that I haven't seen such a high concentration of in my entire coaching career. Excuse me. The abilities all the way down through the very bottom ends of the program, all the way to my provincial senior group there. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but people are just really good swimmers here. And if we maximized what we could do and applied like what we know and really became a product of this natural and beautiful environment, and had that deep down resilience, and had even say 10 of us in this program reach our full and entire potential, it would make history. It would be a legend in Swimming Canada. And so, that's what I've always been about, is doing in your life what lives forever, and trying to, blaze a trail and do something unique and exceptional. And, that's why I want to have our group at some point go down and check out Ocean Falls and, touch and experience the swimming history that was there, as well as it is a pretty cool place, and it's a real natural wonder, and there's a lot of other cool things to check out there. But the main objective of that project would be this is going to be us. whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, like that's going to be us. We're going to do something like this. That's pretty much all I have for you for now. I hope that you guys are staying active in some ways. I hope that your minds are staying positive. I hope that, when you go through this very strange thing, that you continue to look at your fellow human being as a human being rather than some sort of diseased pigeon. That's my biggest concern when this is all over, is that like we'll have a permanent damage as to how we view your fellow human being. And we have to make sure that we're very conscious. And I really appreciate seeing all the hearts on the windows and like the positive propaganda. That's what we need to do is like stay connected to each other as human beings, and like really hold your fellow human as a really like blessed and incredible living being, and look forward to getting back to being able to connect with each other. Otherwise, yeah, send me emails if you have questions. Yeah, we're starting with 1 kilometer of sprints, and then 2 kilometers of some wind sprints, and then we go up for jogs, and we just see how many kilometers we can get until the beginning of May. I'll be sending out more information on how to get together for these Zoom workouts, these flexibility-based workouts. We're gonna, see if we can stretch you out, and like as these restrictions begin to subside bit by bit, there'll be some opportunities for us to get together again and do some group stuff, for sure. So, all right, take care, everybody.